Good morning, I'm Javier.
And I'm Gretchen.
And this is Good Mornings with Sleepwell. And I'm still tired.
Me too.
Yep. It's been 2 weeks since our last episode, and we apologize for not being timely on this, but we've had some family hospital problems that we've had to deal with, and frankly, it's shut off our schedules quite a bit, and I like to live in a box. And if it can't fit into the schedule, it just has to come out, and it hasn't worked out for me lately. But yeah, so we are back with our 12th episode of Good Mornings with Sleepwell. Yay!
It's hard to believe it's already number 12.
I know, it's kind of neat. So I recently wrote, actually it was this past Saturday, I wrote a blog about a customer experience that we had. And as I was writing it, I was still kind of tearing up over the whole experience. I mean, I know you were about the same way, right?
Yes, this gentleman that he wrote about is a very remarkable person.
Yeah, he's done a lot.
He's pretty known in our community, and he's not shy to share his story with people, so it really was a very touching story.
I don't think he's shy about much, but no, he is a military hero that is having to deal with a lot of health ailments. Mm-hmm. And the way that I want to take this is the way that I wrote about it is more about him, but what I want to do with the video that we put out is how we see his story as the tie-ins of sleep and what sleep can do for people, the hope that it can bring. Because I'll have Gretchen give you a little bit of background of what we experienced, because she does a little bit more on the emotional part. I do a whole lot of the analytical. So yeah, you can empathize better.
Well, being in a situation where you're in the military, they own you, it's job related, so your time is not yours, it's theirs, but you're the one who feels it. So when you lose sleep and you have medical issues going on top of that, everything compiles on top of everything. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And in his circumstance, it was one of those situations that when you read the story, you can grasp kind of what he's gone through, but when you hear the story, then you can really feel it at its full potential. When you talk to somebody that has suffered so many health ailments that they're not capable of sleeping, and they share with you what it's done to them and how it's affected them, how it's hurt their health, and how it's slowed down health processes because they're trying to recover from other stuff, but the lack of sleep compiles that as well.
Yeah, he's had to deal with sleep deprivation issues. He's had to deal with insomnia. He's had to deal with back issues, breathing issues. I mean, when he came in here, and he's a family friend, so when he came in here, he shared a lot more than probably most customers would. But he shared so much that it was just like painful for us to hear. So when we did the evaluation for him, his sleep eval, his sleep posture eval on the beds and everything, we thought we found the right fit for him right off the bat. And it took a while. What, like 2 hours they were in here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we set him on an adjustable base. We set him on our favorite extended life mattresses. Heck, we spent a lot of time making sure that this was the right thing, because for us, the sleep is most important. So, you send everything off, you assemble it for them, you do the delivery, you expect a customer, well, I mean, not expect, but you would think that a customer that's happy would leave you maybe a Facebook comment or maybe even text us. But this gentleman went one step further.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so tell them a little bit about that.
Well, instead of him just posting a review or trying to just give us a 5-star rating in a situation that just seemed like, yes, I appreciate you that much, he wanted to express to us how much it meant. So he actually drove down, and he doesn't live locally, he's up in the mountains, so he literally drove down here and came into the store to tell us face to face how much it's meant to him, how much his sleep has improved, because he has nerve damage, so he struggles to walk. He has a service dog that actually assists him. He has other health ailments. Yes.
For seizures. Mm-hmm.
And it's like he suffers so many things, but yet he's so grateful for the little things still. And he wanted us to know, okay, this is what this has done for me, and he just laid it all out because he really wanted us to know the specifics Not just so we got feedback on the mattress that he has, because it's a terrific mattress, but to let us know, I thank you guys. You guys gave me time, and you listened, and you really tried hard to find a need.
So here's the breakdown of what we heard. Number one, he says that now with the adjustable base, his back is being cradled in exactly the right way that he needs it to be cradled.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So that's step one. Step two, he's comfortable on the bed so much that he doesn't have to toss and turn on a constant basis. Mm-hmm. Now that sounds like it's the same ailment, right? But it's not. His back was one thing, comfort is another. So now he's actually being able to lay down in one position to where he's not tossing, turning, losing all that sleep. Plus he's not keeping his wife from sleeping.
Right.
So that's number two. Number three was with him being able to sleep more, he's got more strength.
Yeah.
He's got more stamina, and he's able to do more.
And think,
and he's thinking clearly. So those are three big things. I mean, the thinking clearly is a big thing, but the biggest one that brought tears to his eyes and ours when he was telling us was about his hearing aids. Do you remember that part? Where okay, so because he's sleeping more, because he's able to do more, he actually went and got his hearing aids taken care of. He was able to make the appointment for that. And there was something else he made the appointment for. Do you remember?
I don't remember that part.
Yeah, that was the part that was hitting me. And that, I mean, I know I didn't write about it because I was more writing about what his situation was. But he started off by telling us that, yeah, now I've had the stamina and the strength and the willpower to go get my ears checked, because he'd known that he was able to get hearing aids to specific whatever he wanted, but now with his proper sleep he's able to do that. And then the other big thing, do you remember the depression part? That one hit me.
Okay, so because of all of his health ailments, anybody who's faced with something that potentially takes control of you, where you can't do normal things, you can't function normally, plus you're in pain all the time, depression sinks in. You feel limited, you feel like you have to rely on other people to get by with normal everyday situations, and on top of that, you feel useless. Especially
powerless.
Yeah, like your position as being head of the household is no longer there. And for him, that was a great hit, because he was the one that was head of the household. And the depression would actually, take hold of him sometimes. Plus, just his medical issues would keep him in bed. So sometimes he'd be in bed for weeks. And you can imagine the amount. You think just laying in bed overnight feels great, but when you're in your bed for long periods of time like that, you feel like you've been beat. You get sore everywhere. Your muscles get sore. Every little touch just makes you even more sensitive to things.
Yep.
So for him, being able to sleep and not feeling the need to have to stay in there because he's capable of doing things has helped his depression, where he's able to get out and do things again, and it's curing his situations in everyday life patterns that he hasn't been able to do for years.
That just wraps up into the importance of what sleep does. I mean, there's so many things, so many factors that sleep helps. And with him, sleep was step one, and then all these other little things just fall into place. That to me is just the most amazing part.
Just to kind of give you an idea, he was part of Desert Storm, and the majority of his battalion that he was part of, they all passed away, and he was one who survived. And without giving out a whole bunch of information about it, I just want to put it out there. He's a survivor. He's still a survivor to this day. He's still struggling with the elements he was exposed to, and he's overcoming yet still more. And when you come into a store and tell people, hey, I just want you to know, sleep has helped with this, and this, it is just like, wow. Non-medical related as far as medicines and stuff, but that made this much of a difference in all these areas of my life.
Yeah, it's really neat. So please, take sleep seriously. Know that it is necessary. Don't treat it like a lot of us do, that it's disposable. I'll catch up on the weekend. I'll like, the worst one that I hear is I'll sleep when I'm dead. I mean, that's stupid. and know that it really can lead to better things. Sleep can lead to better things because it's a recharge. It is a healing factor. It is flushing your brain out of toxic chemicals and proteins that are in there, and it helps you think clearer, and it gives you a lot of hope.
Yes,
and
it does.
and to lead on to another thing that we're probably going to cover in the future is a lot of depression symptoms actually come from sleep deprivation. So look at it that way. So we appreciate you watching us and listening to us, especially for our episode 12. Appreciate it a lot, and we will see you again next week. And Miss Gretchen, would you like to sign us out?
Yes. Never forget, when you sleep well,
You live well.
bye-bye.
Bye.